Hello, all you beautiful people. This is Tanya, your Tupperware lady from Springfield, Oregon. I am going to make dinner. What are you guys having for dinner? What are you guys having for supper? Type it into the chat. Nobody's on yet, it looks like. So hopefully somebody will come on and talk to me. I am going to make a Tupperware dinner tonight. You've heard of TV dinners? Well, this is much, much better. Much better. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started and hope that people will hop on. I know Judy was just asking me if I was going to be cooking, and I am. I said 20 minutes, and it was 40 because I got all caught up. I get distracted very easily. Anyway, first of all, I'm going to show off my Tupperware. This is the, let's see, what was it called? The Power Chef system, but now it's called the Supersonic, and it's red, and it's a little bit different. Anyway, but we're going to start with this, and I am going to make tamale spoon pie. Yum, yum, yum. Oops, and you know what? As usual, I forgot something. Hang on just one moment. I forgot the burger. Most important part. Well, maybe not. Anyway, so I'm making tamale spoon pie, and I have never made this before. Just like usual, I'm always telling you that life is an adventure, right? And cooking is always an experiment. It's always different. We never know what we're going to get with me. Even if it's something that I have made 1,000 times, it can turn out different every time. So first of all, I'm going to start with, like I said, with my Supersonic chopper. This is the large one, and I am going to take the collar off, and inside I have these blades, and they are wicked blades, but I like them. Okay, then I am going to let's see, what am I going to put in here? I'm going to put some green bell pepper into my Supersonic chopper. Green bell pepper. I'm just going to give it a little chop because it fits the blades better. And then I'm going to put, that's half a green. Hi, Missy. Thankfully, somebody showed up. Yay! So that was half of a green bell pepper and half of a poblano pepper. I am making, I don't know if you were here for that part, Missy. I am making tamale spoon pie. And let's see, then half of a small onion, but it's a little bit less than that, I think. There we go. And 4 garlic cloves. Yes, that's what I'm putting in here. I don't like to put the stems in, so I always cut those off. And I already took the skin off of it. Said 4, but 2 of them are kind of small, so I'm putting 5 of them in there. And then I'm going to put the collar back on. That's what I'm doing, putting the collar back on. Then I'm going to put the engine on top. And I am going to pull the cord until well minced. I think it's well minced, but it looks like there's a couple pieces down in there that we're trying to hide from those wicked blades. I think that's good. Well minced. There's some that are not so well minced. I'm just going to push those down. And then I'm just going to give it a couple more pulls. Some of it might be kind of obliterated, but not really. I'm not going to make juice out of it. Okay, that's enough of that. And then I'm going to transfer all of this to a medium-sized bowl. And you know which bowl I'm going to use? I'm going to use this bowl. This is the Junior That's a Bowl, and it's the one that you can get when you want to sign up and you get the kit. This is the bowl you're going to get. It's the only way. Oh no, there's another way you can get this bowl. It's exclusive, so we don't have it for sale. Every once in a while we do, but it's in a different color. Just every once in a while. Anyway, the two ways you can get it is to join or to have a party. And when your party reaches $200, you get a thank you gift. And so this bowl is one of the thank you gifts. And I am telling you, I use this bowl. I have 2 of them, and I wouldn't mind having a third. Except I don't like doing dishes. But it's the perfect size for popcorn. For just me, because I really like to eat lots of popcorn. Alright. Well, a little bit more maybe. Come on, little piece of poblano. Alright. Okie dokie. We're going to use this again in just a minute. So I put that in there, transfer that, and then I'm going to add tomato paste. Now, one of the things about my recipes here is that sometimes they leave a step out. For instance, it calls for a pound of ground beef. Hi, Melissa. A pound of ground beef. But it doesn't tell me if it was supposed to be cooked beforehand. So I'm not going to cook it until it goes in there. So that means that I'm going to take, let's see. Oh, add the ground beef. Sorry, I read these in directions beforehand. Transfer the pepper mixture to the medium bowl. Add some tomato paste, ground beef, taco seasoning, and salt, and mix all this up. Okay, not using that baby yet. So now is my great opportunity to share with you our amazing magic can opener. I swear I love this thing. I call it my magic can opener because I have never been able to use one of these kind that attach. Hopefully it'll work for me. Come on. This can is a little different. So I've never been able to get them to connect, the kind that open from the top. So I've just always used my old, twist. Excuse me. And then I got this one. And of course, to show it off, I had to figure out how to use it. Well, it only took me like 2 or 3 times. And I've never missed since. Except this time, of course, because this can is really small. Oh, I put a big dent in it. You know what? I've never done that before, and I've used those small cans before. Okay. So you just put the magnet down on top of the lid, right? And, oh, it bent it again. Huh. But it's going around. Nope, it stopped. Okay. Plan B, get my other one, and I'll show you how I open the can of broth. So, lesson. I know I've opened these little cans though before. Hang on just a sec. Goodness, I haven't used this can opener in so long. I couldn't find it buried in there. And you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this can open now that I've bent it. Let's see. No, come on, baby, come on. Come on, you can do it. All right. Gonna just play hard to get here, and I don't want to bend my little knifey. All right. So, what do I need? I need 1/4 cup of tomato paste. Is that 1/4 of a cup, do you think? I always read these and then I don't know, my brain. I have old brain. And a spoon. Oh yeah, way more than 1/4 cup. And these are my Tupperware measuring cups and my really old Tupperware measuring spoon. I've had these since my son was little, and he's 42. He just turned 42 this month. Alright, so I'm going to put that into the bowl with my peppers and onion and garlic. I kind of wish I had one of those jalapenos that I used for my salsa. Yum. Now my fingers are tomatoey. That is okay. And that's out of the way. Now what? What's next? Tomato paste, the ground beef. And the ground beef, I bought it in bulk to save money. So I bought the family size package, you know. I don't remember how many pounds it was, but I got that. And then my my freezer mates, the small freezer mate, holds exactly 1 pound of hamburger. And you know, if you're going to freeze burger in the freezer, you want to put it in the container and then you want to poke a hole in the middle, and it just keeps it from expanding in a way that you don't want it to. It expands in instead of up, and then that way it doesn't blow off the top of it doesn't blow the lid off. Alright, so I'm just going to crumble this up in here. And what else am I putting in there? Ground beef. Oh, the taco seasoning. That now my hand is all icky. Hang on just a sec while I go get a towel. All right. Now, what else goes in there? Taco seasoning. And I usually would make my own, but I bought this on a whim, and here. So we're gonna put 3 tablespoons of taco seasoning in here. And you know, of course, once you've made it once and you know what your flavors are and what you like, then you can season it however you want to. I just always go by the recipe the first time. So 3 of those. What did I do with the lid? There it is. Let's tell you. I could be holding it in my hand and I would still lose it. Alright, so the taco seasoning, the ground beef, and tomato paste, taco seasoning, and some salt, taco seasoning, usually that kind of seasoning anyway, usually has quite a bit of salt in it, but I will go ahead and add some salt. Not even on the, it's not even on the recipe ingredient list. Okay, there's some kosher salt in there. And see, taco seasoning and salt, and then I'm gonna mix it all up. And you know, I'm kind of a finger person, and I have my wash rag here. Hi, Rochelle. And I'm just gonna mix this all up. Hi, Rochelle. I'm making tamale spoon pie, Tupperware style. Like I said, you've heard of TV dinners. Well, Tupperware dinners are much tastier, much better for you, much healthier, and you didn't have to waste a bunch of, you know, packaging. So we're saving the planet one meal at a time. Hi, Wendy. Nice to see you. We are practicing shrinking our carbon footprint by making food at home that we did not buy in a bunch of unnecessary packaging that we pay for in many ways. We pay for that extra packaging because, you know, we pay for it. I mean, literally, with money, they charge us for all that extra packaging. And because we pay for it when we pollute the earth. But anyway, so we're reducing our carbon footprint, and we're eating healthier because we're not adding a bunch of preservatives that we don't need. I don't know. All right. What's next? Next step. Step 3. In the base of that Power Chef, or as we call it, the supersonic chopper, we are now going to add interestingly, I could have sworn that this called for a tablespoon of masa in this part too, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. When I read it the first time and the second time and the third time, I just... Alright, so I'm going to mix that till well combined, transfer to the base of the microwave pressure cooker, which I did not do yet. Okay, so that's all mixed up. Now, pulling out the big guns here. This is my pressure cooker, the base of my pressure cooker, and I will tell you about the top of it when I get ready to put that on. In the meantime, I'm going to transfer my ground beef and peppers to here, and I'm gonna just kind of crumble it up a little bit because yeah, because now I'm gonna make, you know, a pie out of it, and I just think I'm gonna like it better crumbled up, not solid, not like a meatloaf. And I think I need that out of my way, but let's see. What's next? So, I'm going to put in here, in here, I'm going to put, do I want to use the, it doesn't tell me to use, because there's we have a blade, but we also have a paddle so that you can like make cake mixes and bread doughs and stuff like that. But it doesn't tell me to use the paddle. It just says to put a cup of masa, and I do have my masa. Had poured my masa into my I poured my masa into my modular mate, but it didn't all fit. So I have a lot of it left. I'm going to put 1 cup of the masa. And this is instant masa, by the way. I had to look and finally recognize that it says instant corn masa flour. Okay, right down here in yellow. It's very fine. It says you can use instant masa or very finely ground cornmeal. So here's my instant masa, because I couldn't find the other one either. And you know, I'm just like a little more for just in case. Okay. All right. So here is what I will be keeping my masa in my airtight modular mate. The best things in the world to store any kind of dry cooking, you know, baking sundries. Okay. All right. So there's that. Now a teaspoon of baking soda, and my baking soda is going to be lumpy because I do not have a modular mate for it. And here is where's my teaspoon? That is a half of a tablespoon. This is a teaspoon. I keep those right there on my counter because I use them all the time. I don't like having to dig through a drawer for them, so I just keep them in my jar right there. And it said, what was it? 2 teaspoons of baking soda. There's 1. You know, if you know what baking soda does, right? It collects, you know, smells and stuff out of your refrigerator or your shoes or whatever. So I don't like keeping it in the box like this. I always have, but I don't like it. I think about what it's collecting out of the air. You know, I don't know what it's collecting out of my air. Anyway, baking soda, a tablespoon of sugar. This is my counterscaping. My counterscape that has my sugar in it for my, and again, I did not have my sugar in the counterscape. It is airtight, but I didn't have my sugar in this before, so now it's lumpy. 1 tablespoon, right? 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. I don't want that in there. It has a lid on it. It has a teaspoon attached to the top of the lid, inside of the lid. That way, you know, you can just use it. Put your sugar in your coffee. Put the teaspoon back on. Don't stir with it, and there you have it. And in the base of it, I'm putting the masa, the baking soda, the butter, which I melted, and the salt. Oh, that's where the salt goes? More salt. Baking soda, butter, salt, and chicken stock. I guess I'll put a teaspoon in here. Oops, called for half. You know what? I hope I'm gonna survive this. Half a teaspoon. And the butter I melted in the microwave. Did you know that if your microwave isn't working well, you know, like it's not cooking things as fast or something, you know, just the timing seems to be off, that it can be because the inside of the microwave is dirty. So I did not realize that, and I cover my food whenever I put it in there, so I don't think about it too much. But the reason that it does that, the reason it's like that, is because microwaves are attracted to fat, water, and sugar. So if there's stuff all over the inside of your microwave, not your refrigerator. If there's stuff all over the inside of your microwave, it can be attracting the microwaves, and then they're not going to the food that you want to warm up or cook. All right. Butter, salt, and the chicken stock. Okay, now my can opener is going to work. All right, my magic can opener. Hi, Linda. My magic can opener. I'm putting it right down on top. It fits right on. See, you can feel it right in between this and this. That's where you want the rim to fit. So you set it down there. You can feel it fit on there. Close the legs, right, or the arms, and turn. And some people on Facebook they just pick it up, and they pick it up by this, and they just fling it around and around and around. You don't have to twist anything at all. You just fling it around. I'm not going to do that because that would, you know, I'm not going to take that chance. I can't imagine doing that. Anyway, I'm just going to turn it. And the cool thing is it's right-handed or left-handed, and you don't have to twist as much with your wrist because you can turn the bottom too. See, I don't even have to twist this wrist at all, so it's easier on your arthritis. And I go around it twice just because sometimes it misses a spot. I can hear it popping. All right, and then we've got this little beak right here. See this little beak? This thing? Well, you put it over the rim and you close it, and it just lifts the lid off. Well, it just lifts the lid off. Maybe that was still not all the way off. Okay. All right. Lifts the lid off. Now, how much of this? How much chicken stock? A cup of chicken stock. So here's my cup. Here's my supersonic chopper. 1 cup. Ta-da! Boy, do I know how to make a mess. What did I do with my washcloth? I don't know why I put it over there. Okay. Alright. Now then, this is the dough, so this is going to go on top. And I'm going to put the collar on, and then I'm going to put the engine on top of my supersonic chopper, which also doesn't just chop, you know, it also has, it also mixes. You do have that dish, can opener, Rochelle. Alright, so I'm just going to pull the cord. You know what this means? This means I don't have to plug anything in. I don't have to look for my mixer blades or anything. I just plug it in. I just pull on it. Let's see. And I'm going to pull on it until a dough forms. And then I'm going to spread that dough evenly over the ground beef mixture. Oh yeah, look at that. Can you see it? Look it. I'm doing pretty good, Linda. How are you doing? Look at that. I think it might be done. I'm just gonna give it that little stir with my spatula just to make sure. Push the sides down. But I want to be very careful about doing this because I do not want this. This is silicone, right? Silicone is pretty susceptible to cuts and bruises, so to speak. And I can see that there is dry masa in the bottom of it. So what I might do, what I might do here is just take the blade out and give it a stir with the spatula. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And next time I think I will use the paddle. It works so fast to make a cake. I'm telling you, I use it to make cake mixes, to mix up my cake mixes, and it is so fast. It's faster than the than my mixer. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm just gonna mix this up. Oh yeah, there was hardly any dry stuff down in there. Just a little bit. Until I get to the middle. It smells good. And remember, I made it in the same container after I chopped up the peppers in here. So it's gonna, the masa topping is gonna have, masa dough is gonna have a little bit of poblano and bell pepper and garlic and all that other some yummy stuff that I cut up in here. All right, got it. Okay, so I'm pulling my the base to my pressure cooker. This is my microwave pressure cooker base, and I'm just gonna spread this masa mix dough over the top of my ground beef mixture. Now the ground beef is not cooked, so I'm doing it so I'm cooking everything all together at the same time, right? So I'm just gonna spread this over. Actually, looks like I would have maybe wanted more masa mix. Well, I know you can't see what I'm doing down, or maybe you can. Can you see that? Just gonna cover up all my hamburger mixture. So the hamburger has the taco seasoning and the bell peppers and the poblano and the onion and the garlic in it. Sorry, I'm not making eye contact. I feel like I'm... So when I get this all in here, I'm going to put this pressure cooker into... I love the spatula. I absolutely love it. It gets all... I mean, look at it. It's not leaving anything in there. It's got these things right here, and I struggle to get this stuff a little bit out of there. Alrighty. I think that's probably enough. My mom always taught me if I'm gonna take stuff out of a can, you gotta get every last bean out of the refried bean can, right? Every last drop of whatever. Don't leave a green bean in the can if you open it. Don't leave a kernel of corn in the can, because, you know, that could be the difference between starving to death, she'd say. But she was feeding 4 kids and a very hungry man. My dad was a construction worker, and he was just always hungry when he came home from work. So, all right. So, there's that. So, that's what it looks like now. Hi, Judy. I'm so glad you're here. Let's see. So, this is the lid to my pressure cooker. Okay. This is the top to it. It has a gasket in here that allows it to pressurize. And in my past, my mom used to can vegetables in, and she didn't ever, well, I'm just going to say what she used a big giant pressure cooker on top of the stove, and it always made a bunch of noise, and she was always scared to death it was going to blow up. So she had all kinds of, timers set, and she was just very worried about that a lot. So I grew up being afraid of pressure cookers. So you don't want to touch those blades because they're very, very sharp. Anyway, I grew up afraid of pressure cookers and would never use one. And I used to watch people cook their meals in the pressure cooker, just like daily use. And I was kind of jealous because it was fast and the food came out really good. So when I found out about this Tupperware pressure cooker, I was a little leery at first, but then I tried it, and now I realize, oh my goodness, I can cook anything in it. So, safety features. I don't have to worry about it blowing up. Even if it does blow up, it's just going to blow up inside the microwave, but it can't. There's no way for it to blow up. So, I'm going to match up the arrows. There's an arrow here, and there's an arrow on here. Okay? Match those up, and I'm going to twist it closed. So, there's one of the safety features. Then, this is not a handle. Sometimes it looks like a handle, and you might be tempted to pick it up by this. But it does come off, so don't pick it up by there. All right, so all I'm going to do with this is I'm going to slide it down into this. There's a, see here? And then a matching one down here. I'm just going to slide that down in there like that. Now, there's no way it can twist open. Somebody told me that when something like this is under pressure, that it can actually work its way around and open, and I don't know. It's not usually going to be in the microwave long enough, I don't think. At any rate, oh, you know what? I'm going to open this back up because I need to show you something else. So it has a pressure release valve here. So that's where, because even a regular on the stovetop pressure cooker has to release some of its pressure in order not to blow up. So then it also has an emergency pressure release valve right here, and a little piece of silicone. So when you close it, the silicone covers it. But if in case of an emergency you had to open it, I wouldn't. In an emergency, then you can also release pressure that way. Then over here on this side, it has this little yellow button. Now, when the pressure builds up inside of the pressure cooker, that yellow button gets pushed up. I shouldn't have put the lid on all the way. The little pressure indicator comes up. That indicates that your pressure cooker is pressurized. When you take it out of the microwave, you have to wait for that to go down. About 10 minutes it takes. You have to wait for that to go back down before you take the lid off, or else it will go poof like that and you could get hurt. So just don't open it until that is all the way down. And I think that's all that I needed to show you. And now that I've flipped it over a few times, I just want to make sure everything is still in place. Yes, okay, now I can show you. Look, so it pops up like that. Can you tell? Yeah, that's how it pops up. Okay. So, close it, shut it, and now I'm going to put it in the microwave, and I'm going to put it in the microwave for 20 minutes. So I'm not going to keep you guys on here while I'm doing that, and I will put pictures of the finished product into the comments on this video. All right. Now I do this video on my personal page because it's even though it's not exactly public, it's not private like my like my VIP group. So you let me know if you would like to join. If you're not already in my VIP group, let me know and I will send you an invite, or you can ask to join, and you'll see even more cool stuff. All right. I will make apple cobbler tomorrow. I only have one of these, and I'm telling you I need two, because I'm going to make the apple cobbler in this too. And now I had to make a choice. Food or dessert. Food or dessert. It was a tough choice. It took me a while. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.